Airborne troops, Arnhem. Our landing was a normal one, you could say perhaps a tight squeeze. But the pilot knew his business and put us down safely between those trees. And keep in mind about these gliders, they come in about 60 miles an hour, so you don't have time to land, so you have to land whether you like it or not. There is no takeoff power. The whole operation was supposed to be secret, so excuse me if I cuss, for the opposition was a well-organised group shooting up at us. Before the airborne and paratroopers landed, while still up in the sky, they were picking us off like a duck shoot, casualties becoming quite high. Our job was to hold these bridges, keep them at any cost, for without them Monty's army would be stalled and the initiative would be lost. But intelligence has got fouled up, for those tanks out there were not meant to be, and we couldn't hold them back much longer without some artillery. We've just received new orders. We're moving out of here tonight, cross the river in little boats, get over before morning light. We're going to leave the wounded, not much more we can do. It would be different if there were just a couple. Unfortunately, there's quite a few. So this is the remnants of B Company crossing the river with shells bursting all around, cursing our predicament, counting the yards before we can reach safe ground. My mates and I think we took a beating, for we're not meant to fight this way. Why, we had more men killed in this little town than the Allies had on invasion day.
So this was the town of Arnhem?
Arnhem.
What happened there?
Well, it was decided as the troops was moving, the US was going that way, the Brits was going that way. If they went up and took the city, they could move round and join up and catch all these other Germans in between. But it didn't work out. They were held up constantly by little groups of soldiers, German soldiers, would slow up. They were given a time, be there by tomorrow at 10 o'clock, and they were a long, long way, couldn't get through. So in the meantime, all these paratroopers have got 30,000 paratroopers stopped. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine that? 30,000.
A lot.
A very lot. Coming down, they land, but the Germans was ready for them, and the ground troops are shooting them all down in the sky and so on and so on. And it was a failure, complete failure. Right?
In the Ukraine conflict,
that's right.
Russia tried to use paratroopers early in the war, and they fared very similarly.
That's right.
Do you think paratrooping works? Is it an effective tactic? Do you think dropping troops by airplane works? Is that effective, or do you think it's a bad idea?
Oh no, it's a great idea. There's some great victories through. D-Day dropped them. If you remember, the Americans dropped them way behind the lines and took over certain spots that would create a problem if they come in just by the land type of thing. And they dropped them all back here. And this meant now that these people who thought they were nice and safe wasn't. And now you've got a line of attack ready to meet there. So it was very helpful, very helpful. I don't know whether I'd like to be one, go up there and some of the photos I've seen them landing on Arnhem, they were 7 miles in front of Arnhem. That was another mistake the Airborne done. Instead of dropping them here, they dropped them up here. So now they had to get down there and walk back 7 miles with their equipment and stuff this. And the Germans was quite ready. So it was a big screw up, And there you go.
All right.
All right.